Got a treat for you today, my friends. Stay tuned. So, back by popular demand is a 2024 Toyota Tacoma. This is a TRD Sport trim with the XP package. So this is kind of a Southeast regional packaging deal. It's more of an appearance package. There's no real increase or change in functionality, but it's pretty good. You know, it looks quite good in my opinion. So leading off with the styling, the white color is a improvement on some of the others that I've seen, but we will kick off with these TRD wheels. Those are on some just general grabber kind of street tires, but I think that they look quite good. You know, it's not overly styled. Looks like it's going to hold up well. You got plenty of sidewall to prevent it from getting scraped up. And I just, yeah, I like it. I I would definitely take these bad boys over the stock wheels. Those look like shit. Kick off the front end here. And with that hood, you got a lot going on here, much more so than the old one. Now, it's got a ton of peaks and valleys and a lot of aerodynamic work that they've done here. Put in the comments what you think about that hood scoop. I could kind of take it or leave it, to be honest with you. It's not functional. It doesn't look like it's going to do much for you except for kind of get in your way. You have that hideous balance down there. The sport trim hides it a little bit. You know, it doesn't look quite as insane on some of the other ones, like the Limited. It just really sticks out on that one. And the TRD off-road too. Maybe it's this white color that's helping too. The grill, quite good. I think that the styling, they pretty much nailed it from the front grill standpoint. We'll come around to the side here so I don't blind you guys. All right, around back. This does not have the upgraded push button tailgate, but I will show you all what you get. You do have two power outlets here. You got that. Or no, that's just a cubby, but oh yeah, you got your 12 volt in there. You got to kind of look closely. And then over here, got your standard, 400 watt or whatever it is. Part of this XP package, you see, you get a nice little X series badge. They do the Tacoma tailgate inserts there. You can find those online for dirt cheap. You've got a very abrupt tailpipe on that black tailpipe edition. That thing is freaking huge. Look at that. You're gonna smack that up if you're doing any off-roading. That's for sure. I would not opt for that, but that is just me. Now let's jump into the interior. See what you get. Pretty cool TRD color inserts there on the door. These materials are very cheap feeling, in my opinion. You do have just hard plastics. The only real rubberized material is right here for your elbow and your grip handle right here. Everything else is really quite cheap and chintzy feeling. You have the nice JBL upgraded audio system. One of the biggest upgrades that I think they did over the previous generation is I really do like that Tacoma label or whatever it is built into the dash. I think that looks really freaking sweet. Bring that back so you can see it a little better. But yeah, that looks really good. I love the styling in here, but it's just the material quality that I have such a problem with. I don't know, man. Like it's crazy how cheap and just crappy this feels. You got the 6-way adjustable passenger seat, and I believe it's 8-way in the driver. Correct me if I am wrong. I apologize. But these seats are very good. They're super comfortable. I'll get more into that in the driving impressions. Center console. Oh, not much in the way of storage there. It's pretty shallow, to be quite honest with you. And you do not have any power outlets. You have some nice rubberized cup holders in here. A ton of empty blank auxiliary buttons here, which kind of adds to the cheapness. I like this grab handle. That's pretty cool. And I do appreciate the little slotted design that they've done here. You got a nice little addition to hang your trash bags on. My wife would absolutely go crazy over that. She would love that. Yeah, she's a kooky gal about certain things, that's for sure. Those buttons, these are rubberized, kind of similar to what you get in the 4Runner. I think that that's an improvement, but again, they feel like they're made of the world's cheapest plastic that they could get their hands on. It's crazy. I love the design of this shift knob. Climb on in here. And I think that that's a definite improvement from a looks department. I don't know. Put in the comments what you think. These are quite cool, and they actually feel somewhat quality. I don't feel like I'm just going to break them off. And you do have the TRD Sport upgrade package, so you have heated seats and a heated steering wheel. This one does have a towing package as well, so you have a trailer brake controller for you folks that want to be doing a bunch of towing. So over here you have your drive mode selector and your tow haul modes. This is a quick shift on the fly. It works really well. Feels quite notchy. This one feels a bit more quality than some of the rest of the materials, but these buttons don't. They also feel quite cheap. And you know, your parking brake, and then your hold button. I can't remember what even that means. A brake hold, I suppose. Light functions here, and your 1, 2, 3 auxiliaries. So that's good. That's actually an improvement from a lot of the ones that I've seen. And then your 120 volts, sorry. And then your door light on function. This is a part of the XP Predator package thing where you get these kind of silly racing pedals that don't make a whole lot of sense on a vehicle like this. And that is what you get on your steering wheel. I'll start it up so you all can see what you're gonna see once you open this bad boy. All right. Digital display with the analog styling. This has quite a few functions built into it. You know, automatic cruise control. This does have the blind spot monitoring, rear detection alert, the parking sensors. I haven't had a ton of time to go through the settings because this is still kind of in the demo mode. They haven't really brought this vehicle in quite yet. So you can change your stereo modes here. This has wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, of course. But again, I cannot describe sort of the cheap feeling that you get on this steering wheel. It just kind of blows my mind. This feels like such a Kmart spec that, you know, sorry for you folks who love Kmart. I used to love Kmart too. But man, does it just feel cheap and shitty. The center here is okay. That's what you get for a horn. Nothing too crazy in that. All right, in the back, they have this weird snap thing that you have to do. This was really hard to get to work, but this is what you have to do to put your seat up. A very good amount of storage below, though. I really do like the storage setup in here. And that is what your seats look like in the back. You have 2 USB-C charging ports and then a regular charging port. And no heated seats in the back or anything like that. So these rear seats are not too bad. They're relatively comfortable, but you don't have a ton of room. So, you know, me being not the biggest guy in the world, I can fit back here okay, but some of you taller people, you're gonna have some trouble. All right, setting off in the 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport XP. So the XP is a like Southeast regional thing that they do here a lot of the times. It's basically an appearance package. Looks pretty cool, but it is quite expensive. So first impressions of the seating position and everything like that. These seats are very comfortable. The ergonomics in here are really quite good. I think that it's definitely better than the old one from a seating position standpoint. Now, one thing that's definitely improved is this powertrain. The feel of this is immediate. It's great. And I know that all of you've probably watched a million Tacoma videos by now, and you've heard that repeatedly. It is so much better than the V6, the 3.5 liter V6 with that 6 speed automatic transmission. Now, everybody in my videos with my previous Tacoma video, I'd say like 90% of the comments were, oh, I'm never going to buy a turbo 4-cylinder. I'll stick with my third gen for the rest of my life. That's a great idea because it 1,000 times it will be more reliable. When you introduce forced induction into an engine, you will strain it. It will wear out quicker. Other engineers can argue with me all day long about it, but I've been in the engineering field for 25 years, and I know that to be a fact. Forced injection will wear your engine out way earlier. It's never going to last as long as a naturally aspirated motor. Now, though, keep in mind, right? Like, what's the average ownership time of a new vehicle? It's probably 5 years, maybe 6 or something. You're not going to run into a myriad of issues within that short time frame, in my opinion. I feel like the upgrade was needed. They should have done much more refining on that V6 and just held on to it, but they chose not to, right? Like, not a huge deal. Now, the suspension in this TRD Sport is very good. The old one, I owned a TRD Sport, a 2016 model, and it was just jittery. There was a lot of play going on, man. Like there was just, it was so annoying. I lived in Hawaii at the time, and I would be going down, the H3 through the mountains and all of that, and I felt like it would just bounce off of off of the mountain, right? And this suspension is far, far better. The noise isolation in here is really quite good. You're not getting a ton of wind noise, and you get some road noise, but overall it's fine. It's nothing that's going to be really, really cumbersome and drive you insane. It's better than the old one from a sound insulation standpoint, definitely. Here we got a braking session. That was good. Those brakes worked really well. That was kind of a hairy turn, and it definitely performed better than some rear drum brakes would have. That's for certain. I applaud Toyota for some of the changes that they've made in here from an overall ergonomic standpoint. They did listen to their audience. The seat is far, far better. It's more comfortable. The seating position is much better. I'm not a massive person, right? I'm 5'8" and like 170 pounds. And I feel like I fit just perfectly in here. And for you bigger drivers, you're going to be fine. The seat cushion on the bottom may be a tad short for like some of you like 6'2" folks, but beyond that, you'll be more than comfortable in here. This does have the the TRD Sport upgrade package, so you do get heated steering wheel, heated seats. These are still the cloth seats, of course. And for the amount of money that you are paying in here, I would have thought that they would have upgraded this to like a TRD Sport Premium package. Man, those heaters are freaking on fire, though. It's hot out today, but holy crap, those work. Man, Wow. That's probably some of the fastest heating up that I've ever experienced from a cloth seat before. Like, wow, that is impressive. Whoever designed that, kudos, my friend. Driving experience, way better. The engine and transmission tuning, way better. The material quality, far worse. Like it, I don't know what happened, but I feel like I'm just gonna rip this shit off, and stuff is just gonna break left and right. Like if I got in here from the wrong angle, I feel like I'm gonna rip the dash up with my elbow or something crazy. It's a good truck, right? I am being hard on it because of all of my experience with Tacomas. And I do feel like they took a nosedive from a material quality standpoint. Now, I'll leave that up to you all. You may be willing to accept that. Now, yep, get her up to speed. That is pretty loud when you are getting on it. It quiets down immensely when you're just going at a normal rate, but when you're putting your foot to the floor, it definitely gets loud. But you have a lot of range within those gears, and it does a very good job of hunting. It kind of held it in the high gear for a bit longer than I would have thought. The loudness on the acceleration is a small trade-off for the increase in acceleration and usable power within here. There's a local dude, he's out in like Suffolk, Virginia, and he does tuning on the third gens. And apparently the guy works miracles, and he's basically fixed all of that. And you do get that immediate acceleration. I would be more apt to do that. Like I would buy a 2023 model, take it to this cat, get it tuned, and call it a day instead of paying the premium for this new one, which is immense. The price tag increase is quite staggering. Would you buy this fourth gen? I don't know, man. And here is the heartbreaker that you all know me well for. So what are we getting for the money? You get quite a bit, right? There is pedestrian detection, adaptive cruise control, all the things that I just got done showing you. This is spec'd out quite nicely. And, $42,000, I guess, but it's everything else that you got to pay for, which is the problem. Because before, the third gen, that would have been like 39K or something like that, and definitely not an additional $5,000 for these upgrades that kind of came standard on a lot of the older trims. So now we're moving over. You got a $48,000 MSRP, and then everything else on top of that, which is the grand total of $54,000. Man, is that crazy. 54 grand for this TRD Sport. I don't know. These folks are not doing any upgrades or anything. This is a package that is fully optional. You don't have to get this. So they said don't pay any attention to that. I don't know. But at least they're not tacking on a bunch of other crap, It's already so loaded up that I don't think that they would ever sell it if they did. So put in the comments what you think about this TRD Sport XP package, and if you would buy it over something like the SR5, or would you get the TRD Off-Road? At least the folks over here at Hall Toyota, they're not price gouging. They're not doing anything like that. This is how the vehicle was delivered to them. They offer some extended packages just like everybody else, but at least they're not being like, hey, we're gonna $5,000 markup if you don't like it, kiss my ass, right? Like they're not doing any of that. So I'll link to their inventory and Shout out to the salesman, Corey. So you guys give him a call if you want one of these. They also have an SR5 here, not being marked up, 4-wheel drive. I think the MSRP is like 46 something. So expensive trucks, expensive Tacomas, but at least they're being straight up about it. So thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you.